So last night I watched the brand new Mickey Keating film, Invader, which I've seen, I think, every film of his besides Ritual. I was looking at it last night and I was like trying to remember, like, have I seen this film or not? And I couldn't remember for sure, but I have seen every other film that he has directed, whether it's Carnage Park or Pod or Darling, or he's done quite a few films at this point. And I'm pretty mixed on him. I think sometimes I really like his stuff and sometimes I really don't, but I do appreciate that the guy has his own style, and he takes swings and he just does what he wants to do. He's never, for me, a Mickey Keating film is always something that's really coming from an artistic place where this is the project he genuinely wants to do. I don't feel like he's ever trying to make something for commercial success. And I can always appreciate that. The fact that he continues to keep getting them made, despite them probably not being big financial successes, is impressive and should be commended. So for that, yeah, I'll always check out his films, and I'm going to try to look into Ritual deeper to see if I've seen it. I probably have, because I feel like I've seen every film he's made. Anyway, putting that aside. So we are dealing with a girl who is trying to get somewhere. She is very paranoid. The movie's only about an hour and 10 minutes long. And honestly, the first 45 minutes, which is just like her trying to, once again, try to get somewhere. And then she gets an Uber sent to her, and she gets paranoid about the driver and starts running from him and hiding. And there's this tension and paranoia. And it honestly, I think it's supposed to escalate just kind of the overall feel of how the world is unsafe and you never know how to feel about anybody and everything's untrustworthy or something. But ultimately it just doesn't play into the rest of the film, and it just feels kind of like a waste of time, and it's fairly boring, and I didn't really like our main character much, and this was actually quite a chore to get through for the most part. We start the film the very, very start of the film is the Invader for a minute or something, and the Invader is played by Joe Swanberg. If you're a horror fanatic that watches a lot of lower budgeted horror movies, you probably know who that is. If you don't, look him up. And then we steer away from him for a while, and it takes her quite a while to finally get to the house in which he's invaded. Once we get to the house, once we actually get there, which is in the last maybe 20 minutes of the film or so, once we get there and everything that happens from there is actually good. I actually liked that stuff. I thought it was freaky. I thought that it was intense. I quite liked everything that transpired once they get inside the house, even though there is a couple frustrating moments of characters making silly decisions and whatever typical horror stuff. And it's not super forgivable. I never like to just hand wave away stupid decisions in horror. But sometimes you just have to accept them, or you're going to just hate a lot of movies because writers, for some reason, can't seem to know how to write characters doing intelligent things, and the threat just being a little more, wise and a couple steps ahead. I don't know. Regardless, it's just one of those things that you kind of have to accept sometimes. And with this, I was willing to, because I was getting caught up in the horror of it. And once again, really quick, you never know how you're going to react in moments. You're not going to make the best decisions when you have to make these split-second decisions and lives are on the line and you're terrified and you don't know what's going on, and anyone could be around any corner at any moment, and where do your allegiances really lie when the chips are down, and you don't feel like you have the upper hand, and you're just people panic and they do stupid things and they become selfish and self-preserving, and so I'm willing to look past stupid decisions to varying degrees. I'm always like, that's believable enough, right? So there wasn't anything super egregious in this that I was like, oh, come on, I'm out. No way. No fucking way. That doesn't happen for me often, but when it does, it's like, holy shit, come on, you didn't even try here. That didn't happen in this film, so when I point those kinds of things out, I think they can be believable enough. But I just am bummed that the movie waited so long to get interesting. Like, I honestly could deal without the whole first 45 minutes of this film. Like, I don't even feel like it's necessary. Like, once they get to the house, that's when it was like, okay, cool. Because all it is she's trying to get to this house, and she, like, deals with the Uber driver. Then she, like, goes to her house, and no one answers. And then she goes to her work, and she's like, where is she? And the manager's being, like, a total dick to her. And then she finds this guy who's like, I'll help you out. And then, that all takes, like, the majority of the film. And it's just, like, nothing really happens there. And there's this kind of paranoia to her, and everybody is acting so unbelievable to me. But that's supposed to add toward, like, to the uncomfortable and untrusting nature of this world that we're in. I don't know, whatever it is. The ending, cool. The whole rest of the film, that should have been the review. It should have been 2 minutes long. I don't like so much of this film, but then the last 15-20 minutes of the movie saves it and made it, like, worth my time. Honestly, I doubt anyone would do this, and I probably wouldn't even recommend, but God, I almost slightly recommend just fast forwarding until they get to the house, and then it's like, okay, from there it's like a 20-minute short horror that's actually good. Not great, a little bit above decent. I think that the killer is the highlight of the film. I think that the way the killer looks, the mask, the outfit, the way he acts, the brutality of him. There's no real gore in the movie or anything, but it just feels sadistic and fucked up. So I like that stuff, and the ending is ominous, and you're definitely kind of bummed out, but at the same time, it's like adds to the horror of things. But yeah, it's a, I don't. Was it a success sitting through 45 minutes, 50 minutes of a movie I didn't really care for to get to a 20 minutes of, like, good movie? I don't know. I don't know if I can really count that as a success. So maybe you guys will like the first 45, 50 minutes more than I did, but our main character she's so there's nothing to this character. I didn't find her intriguing. I didn't find her relatable. I didn't find her interesting. I didn't find anything about it to connect me to the film in any way. I honestly almost shut this off multiple times. I'm glad I stuck it out because I just wanted to see where it ended up. I was just like, okay, could get to the fucking house. Can we finally get to the Invader of the movie? And we finally got there, and then I was like, okay, that was cool. I guess I'm glad I stuck it out. I don't know. So there you go. It's available for rent. If you've seen his other movies, he has a unique approach to making his films. He's not gonna, structure them in a classic way. He's gonna just do his thing. Whatever he's feeling, he rolls with it, and that's cool. But then sometimes you get results like this. So, but I'd rather him take artistic swings, do things differently, try things out, and we get random cool movies from him like Darling or something, which I quite enjoyed. So it is what it is. I like that he's out there making films though, and I will watch his next one. So unless he starts making shit film after shit film, if he makes like 3 more of these in a row where there's like nothing to them until the last like 5 minutes, I'm just gonna be like, dude, I'm done with you. I can't anymore. But I'll always take a risk with his films because he takes risks with his films, and I appreciate that. Anyway, that's it. Let me know if you watch it. It's on VOD. I'll see you in the comments. Adios.